Hey Nimrod, how you doing? How'd your fishing expedition go? Aw, well, at least you went. At least you got out. Yeah, exactly. So people don't really understand, that sometimes fishing does not necessarily require that you catch fish. It's nice, but where do we want to go? Eh, yeah, so I had a poopy day. Went to work, did my thing, went over to one of my friend's houses, and on the way over there, truck started feeling like it was pulling a little bit, acting kind of weird. So I checked my mileage, my instantaneous mileage, and it's down to 8 miles an hour, or 8 miles per gallon. So I'm like, okay. And then I started smelling it. Flipping brake pad burning. I'm like, oh crap. So yet again, I've got to do another caliper, and the problem is that these calipers in the front of the Ford pickup trucks is the piston, the brake caliper piston is a composite. So if you heat the brakes up too much one time, they start sticking like crazy. So you gotta replace them. And unfortunately, if you use aftermarket pads or aftermarket calipers, you generally have to replace them every year, because they aren't quite sealed up quite right. If you go Ford, they last about 2 years. However, they're not super horrible in price. They're like $70, so they're not ridiculous. But still, wood flipping metal. Oh yes, fantastic. We got a good one. Marvelous. I know. Oh yeah. So yeah, it's not stupid ridiculous, but just a pain in the butt, I've been waiting and thinking that I needed to, be really careful with things, financially, and I ended up and got I've been sitting trying to, save money for months to get a rifle scope. And I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting. And finally it comes up for sale, or comes up on sale. I'm like, should I do it? Well, I gave it, you know, basically to the end of this month. And I just said, okay, yeah, I got to do it by the end of the month if I'm going to do it. So, of course, I go ahead and do it, get it, and, what was it? Last Thursday, Wednesday, I pick it up, and immediately this weekend something goes bad on the truck. I'm like, son of a... Why the hell does it always do that? And I guess it was meant to be. I did save a couple bucks set aside so that if I did have a problem, it wouldn't be ridiculously horrible. So, yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, but it'll only be down for till tomorrow, I think. I had to leave it at my buddy's house, and I got a vehicle to use in the meantime so that I can do the shopping for the parts and stuff like that. But I've done them before on the side of the road. I've done calipers, not a big deal. And crazily enough, the guy that told me that what I would be expecting, what I should expect for the calipers to go bad, you'll replace one, and then the next year what'll happen is that, same sort of thing. You'll end up alternating the front calipers for a long time unless you end up going with the OEMs. Pulsing heart node. So anyway, I was the truck was down, and I was actually at a in the parking lot of a fire department. And a guy come walking out, saw what I was doing, and he says, "Yep, I had the same exact thing go on, and this is what you're going to have to expect, This is what you'll be doing, Well, I'm happy I'm starting to get the update or the upgrades here at some kind of reasonable rate. I spent the other night 5 hours and didn't get nothing, and today I've been on what? Yeah, I've been playing for an hour, streaming for only about 11 minutes, and I've gotten 3 or 4 of them already, which is good. Yeah, I wish it'd last longer than a couple years too. I just can't remember whether I did the driver's side last time or the passenger side last time. I'll have to dig in my truck and see if it is the driver's side that I did. It may very well be. And if that's the case, I think I've got a warranty. Okay. So maybe I'll have a warranty on it and be able to get the parts that I need without too much of a hassle. Have you seen what I got in my ship now, dude? I don't know if I mentioned it to you. Ooh, fire alert. That's not good. You gotta get out. You keep us aware of what's going on, making sure that you're okay, dude. But get out if you need to get out. You may want to call your friend, make sure they're okay. Poke them in the butt. I don't know what you do with these things. No idea. Pokey, pokey, pokey. Yeah, just make sure that it's not something that's going to be a problem. Has it, have you guys got any more rainstorms? How's the moisture been? Is it still really dry? Still a drought? Okay. So the last thing you guys need is another go round with it, with the flipping fires. Is there anything still happening in regards to the brush fires there? Because I haven't heard squat. There you go. Hopefully that doesn't make it a problem because, you know, around here most of the people that are like volunteer fire department people, they aren't necessarily super close to the fire department. So if, you know, the fire department's under threat, excuse me, the fire station's under threat, that's a problem. Got some pretty cool ones. I just wish you could change the colors a little bit. Like the color of the white flashing, that would be awesome. Yeah, I do too. I hear ya. You know, of course, I've got the next 2 days off, but guess what I'm going to be doing? Working on my truck. Yay. And there goes my controller going to the left out of the blue for no reason. Yeah, you went, you know, beer fishing yesterday, didn't you? Gotta do it though once in a while. Hey, Feely, how you doing? I don't know if you just saw what I did there. Do a quick tour again. So, that's one of them. Another one of them. Faithful squid chip. Another one of them. And another one of them. Let's go make an appearance at the anomaly. Not too many people here right now. Usually there's quite a few. And usually that's what you get. People go running right over to them and just stand there going, Okay, so what do I have for goodies? I got a lot of goodies, okay. Do you need some S-Class modules there? How about smoking trees? Smoking trees can't do it either. Why not? You need some S-Class upgrades, people. Trying to give away free stuff again. And photon cannon. How about positron? Positron, man, really? You can't accept a positron module? You mean to tell me you don't have your ship set up at all? Yeah, there you go. Merry Christmas. Save somebody a little time. Yeah, do we want to get another egg just to have it? I don't know. I don't know. Because I don't want to replace either one of the regular exotic ships that I've got. And it'll probably put me in a continuous loop of trying to locate or reject a ship, and there's no point. Yeah, if you want to do screen captures, people, I don't care. Do what you want to do. Whatever. Yeah, it really kind of is with the way that they set this up, is that, you know, instead of being able to have multiple freighters, you only are allowed 6 ships and 1 freighter. You can have like 35 flipping frigates, you know, something ridiculous. Now, what would be nice is to park the frigates on the, or the ships on the frigates. I think they take like 4 each. Now that would be cool. Okay. That's not what we wanted to do. Let's try this. There we go. And I'm going to see what they've got for missions. It's been a while since I checked. Boy. Yeah, sure, why not? Alright, what does it say? Alright, we gotta go. Sorry, whoever you are. I got a mission to do. Where are they at? Over here. Yeah, some of them do kind of look like a grasshopper, don't they? When they are flying. They kind of do have the look of a grasshopper. For sure, for sure. I was actually thinking about naming one of them Grasshopper. Nope, not worth it. What does it need? It needs enzyme fluid. Or does that one need? Fermented fruit. Coming up. Yep, just walk right through that rock there, buddy. Yes. Can I help you? Got me backed into a corner. Yeah, I've got a couple of hammerhead. Yeah. You know, and that's the thing, is that if I got another one of the eggs, I would probably be shit. That's all I would do, bouncing around looking at the, trying to find the different ships. But, you know, that's okay too, but that can get old. And especially if that's all it wants you to do, if you have a available egg, is, you know, keep making you go to the different ones, and yeah, don't want to do that. Alright, what do we have? God, that thing is just... Alright, what do we got here? Sweetened compost. Sweetened compost. Derpy derp derp. And fermented fruit. Any other creatures around here at all? That didn't work. There, that's a little better. Am I the only one doing this in this group of people? Kind of what it looks like. Are any more animals over here at all? What did that guy want? Sweetened compost. Yes. Sorry, it's rather boring. Ah, have a good one, Nimrod. Fermented fruit. Of 12. I'm the only one that got anything. Cigarettes. Yeah, that's the only way to do it because they are really expensive. Unfortunately, I broke my tool, so I have to buy another tool. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta get the replacement roller unit. I'm not talented enough to do it with my hands. I know some people that can, but boy, I'm such an idiot. Helps if I go to the right place. Some days. Alright, we're going to stop and aim where we want and then push the button because these things do not have maneuverability at all. They're like the French with politics. They won't maneuver. Did I say that out loud? Sorry, Feely. You're not necessarily French, but you know what I'm saying. You understand the concept, I'm sure. You know, I really shouldn't say that because surprisingly, one thing about France and French people is that they really try to incorporate everyone to the point that it's a to a fault, where, you know, yeah, that's what I usually try to do is the tube injection machines. The hand machine. Exosuit. That one's pretty tight together. That one's pretty good. Yeah. I should get another one of those tools, because that'll save me quite a bit. Yeah, French politics are, that's a bit of a, you know, that'd take a long time to learn. The reason that I say it the way that I said it is I had a French boss, and he was fantastic about trying to incorporate everything and everybody in the situation and all that stuff. But the problem was is that he would argue everybody's point for them, and it was very difficult to get anything done because of that. I mean, I understand the point, but some of these people don't really. It's a valid point to bring up, but it's not an end all. You know, some of the people really don't really care. You know, but the French, they, you know, the attitude generally is they want to try to incorporate everybody to the point where they cannot. It takes so long to get to a decision that they can't get anything done. You know, it's great. It's a great thought to try to incorporate everyone, but there comes a point when you have to start moving in a direction. Yeah. Do I even have anything for this guy? No. Sorry. I don't think I have anything for anybody else. Huh. Where do we want to go? Let's go up here. I'm looking at you. Can you go in here and see what they're reading? What does he have in his little... Nothing really important. Okay. What are you reading? Do I blend in up there or no? Kinda, sorta. What's this one look like? That one's kind of neat. Okay, let's try that again. There we go. That's what I look like, by the way. Almost in real life, too. Yeah. You know, I'm surprised they didn't figure out a way that... Ooh, there's another one. They didn't figure out a way that we could actually do our own colors. That's kind of neat. A hammerhead version with the... And there's another one over there. Yep, people are starting to figure it out. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, what would be nice is it's would, you know, I always thought that it'd be nice to be able to, you know, these have progressive shaders on them. Plus they're moving. So, you know, I'm surprised that they hadn't figured out a way to be able to allow people to do their own, you know, colors. Actually quite surprised that they weren't able to, or they decided not to do something like that, because that would have been fantastic for people to be able to tweak the hue and saturation and color and, you know, density in a couple different layers, you know. Some graduations in it, and some patterns and stuff would be awesome. Yeah, and materials, yeah. Like that green one, like the green areas, would you could choose what the green areas would be for actual color, and the red areas, you know, to be able to tweak them how you want them. Some metallics, change the color of the metallic tone that you want. And be nice if you could actually, you know, vary it a little bit, and then kind of customize the decals for your, like we do for the bases. Be kind of neat. I'm going to sneak out and have a cigarette. I'm going to take my phone with me. I wish I could broadcast from my phone. It would be nice to be able to do that. I'll be right back. It won't take long at all. Yeah, Coruscant would be awesome. That would be an awesome city planet. That would be amazingly cool. Kind of like some of the, what is it, what's that one game that everybody's playing? That's the investment game. Star Citizen, you know, some of the cities that they have on there would be kind of cool in here. Cool, there's another person got one. Awesome. I'm happy for people figuring that out, because that is the last section you have to do is it gives you portal coordinates, but it doesn't give you the actual portal coordinates. It describes the portal key in a way. Like the one that I couldn't figure out is it called out the hunter. Well, the hunter that you know, you've got a teepee looking thing that could be like for a hunting camp sort of thing. You know, American Indian hunter, or you know, a native hunter. They have a spider thing that could be a hunter. There is a bird that could be a hunter, and there's a dragonfly. Star Citizen. That's, you know, take a look on Gaming Mike's feed, and also Ivy Mike. They both have played Star Citizen, and it's actually really kind of neat. In a way, it's kind of a more realistic version of what No Man's Sky is in a way, but that's PC only. It's massive. Actually, I am gonna do this, jump over to a different galaxy. But they've played it, you know, quite a bit. Really awesome. Really awesome, beautiful game. Yeah, about a year, you know. Yep. You know, there's another simulator, not called, it's for PC. It's called Space Engine. Not Space Engineers, but Space Engine, and I think that's on, you can get an old copy on their website, but you can also get the greatest version on Steam, and that's absolutely amazing, because that's like a planet generator, and it's got auroras, it's just beautiful. That's one that a lot of planetariums, or the you know, the star theaters, I guess you could call them, they are using that because what it, you know, to teach, because what that program does is it is able to incorporate like NASA imagery into like the solar system planets, so they're textured and colored exactly like they should be. So it's just an amazingly beautiful program, and I always thought it would be kind of neat to use that data that program generates to create a game like No Man's Sky. And I guess you can, in the latest and greatest version of Space Engine, You can do some flying in spaceships and some warping and whatnot. And it's got realistic black hole stuff and, you know, pretty cool. You know. Yeah, the scales are accurate. Distances are relatively accurate. You can travel beyond the speed of light, so it's not, you know, obviously ridiculous to do anything. I wish they had it for console, because it's such a detailed program. It's extremely interesting for that, and it's just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Problem is I can't even run it on my laptop. I'd love to be able to run it and stream that. That would be awesome. Okay, so this is the trick about finding upgrades. You basically fly around until it tells you that there's something, and if an egg one pops up, that's a upgrade. So you can't just pick up upgrades anywhere. You have to it's kind of chancy. It's actually all about luck. And I would love to be able to get one of the economy scanners that works in this this ship. What is that? Something outside the ship that's creating the smoke, or is that inside? I think that's inside. I think that's that here. That little vent. Those vents open up. Okay, well, I don't think we're going to have anything in this system. Oh, there it is. Is it going to be a freighter? No, it's going to be a trade. A trader, yay. Yeah, what do you want? I probably don't want anything you have. Nope. No, we don't want to sell the impossible membrane. Why is it telling me it wants to just do... Take them all, man. Ferrite dust. Wild milk. Fresh milk. Parcel of Wrigley samples, that's fine. Impossible membrane, no. Okay. There you go. Have fun with that stuff. Yeah. Yep. I found a bunch of strange things like animals in space and skulls in space and a containment module cage thing with animals in it in space. And derelict freighters. I don't know what those are going to have in them at some point, but what is it? Sword was speculating that they might actually have hackable storage modules on them at some point. So yeah, so basically just kind of flying around until it gets to the point where there's not a whole heck of a lot going on. Nah. I wish I knew how wealthy these systems were. Because I'd like to start correlating, you know, whether you get updates in only the wealthy systems or, you know, only a scientific system, or, you know, better off in those locations, or what. That's what I did with the... Yep. Yep, very good. Yes, they are extremely good. Surprisingly, that guy that did that Galaxy or Universe Simulator, that space engine, I don't know how many people he ended up having help on the project, but he started it all himself, and for the longest time he funded it all himself. You know, it's got to be a big team now, but, you know, pretty cool. It's actually amazing. If you think about it, on YouTube, there's a channel called, I think it's called Solaris. I'll write it down on here. Nope. Just a freighter. No, poo, that's not what I wanted to do. I jumped out of that. Look that up on YouTube. I think that's the website for it. Solaris Space Engine. But the .9 series of their video is just unbelievable. That it's, you know, absolutely amazing, because it does orbit mechanics. You can tweak that stuff. You can play around with a lot of odds and ends, time compression, time expansion, you know. Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a link. Give me just a second. YouTube. Solaris SE. Solaris. Not that. They've only got 5 videos out. Check that out. Open in a new tab and either watch it or, you know. That's from that program that I'm talking about, Space Engine. Just awesome. If they would use that as a basis for the space flight in No Man's Sky, you know, that would have blown people's minds completely. All right. Well. The white thrusters are kind of lame. Yeah, much more natural, you know, knowledge-based versus complete fantasy. But what it does is it, like I say, it uses astronomical data generated by NASA and the European Space Agency and off of the Hubble to get as much actual accurate data as possible. You know, the stars are realistic in regards to the hey, we got another one. Sweet. Singularity Cortex. I'm going to save that for my other ship. Yes, and it uses a certain, you know, the planetary systems that it generates in, you know, distant star systems. It kind of uses logical parameters to decide what to do, but in the past they've updated enough where they were trying to keep up with the planetary discoveries around stars to make it actually accurate. So, you know, just really cool. Like I say, they're using it to teach astronomy, you know, not necessarily college level astronomy or university level astronomy, but high schoolers and that kind of thing. It's actually inspiring, you know. It's definitely a good tool. But yeah, using that as a basis for one of these type, you know, space simulator games would be unreal. You know, that would be unbelievably awesome. Alright, I think that might be all that we're going to get out of this system. Nope. The other stick. Yeah, we're too far out now. Yeah, they really kind of are. You know, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Somebody somewhere along the line is going to take that as a basis for what they really want to do, you know, for actual space simulator game. Yeah, exactly. Yep, kind of figuring out how to mesh an add-on into that, or that as an add-on into another game. That would be awesome. It'd be incredible. Yep. In some way, Star Citizen has done some, you know, pretty similar sort of things, but not quite on the scale as that. You know, it'd be a huge program, and you'd have to have a heck of a computer to do it. All right, relic gate. What is a relic gate? Okay, I guess we're going through that, whether we want to or not. Wonder where we'll end up. Ancient warp pathway successful. Neato. There's another relic gate. Awesome. Alright, what do we have here? Charred planet. We're going to have to take a look around here. I have a feeling that this might be definitely something to look into in this area. Take a look at pretty much everything. Yeah, we're gonna go to the an airless moon. Yeah, exactly. They don't have to use, obviously don't have to use the massive, the majority of the program, just a little bit of chunk of data. The problem is that to produce the sky and star fields accurately, you're still going to need a bit of a computer to handle that sky. But you never know. Computer technology is advancing very fast, so you never know. It may not be that long before it does get incorporated. Yeah. Yep. Quite a lot. Probably a heck of a lot more because our vision through a galaxy is very limited. Because there is going to be a lot of dust. Actually, I better check that weapon that's in there too. I don't think I really took close long enough look, did I? Yeah, I did. Actually, I better check and see what it is before I go running away. I want to know. Not worth a darn. Yeah, never mind. Let me check here to make sure this isn't any different, because that was a very different way to have gotten here. So I want to make sure I check everything over very carefully. Can I hear? I cannot, which is fine. That's not anything different than any of the other stuff. And that's the ship. That's that guy. That's okay. Anything different back here? Come on, get out of the way. Some nanites. This guy holding a weapon. Where did he go? Did he walk away? Huh. Interesting. Nothing really in here to speak of. Yeah, let's talk to this guy. Why not? Is that a ship? Yeah, that's a ship. It's this guy. He's got ships too. No, I don't want to hire anybody right now. I don't really care. Zoomity zoom zoom. What? You're saying like 4 Earth-like planets per galaxy, approximately? I think it's a little bit more than that. I think it's actually, they're being surprised at how common it is from what, because they're starting to realize that the star intensity has an effect on what they call the Goldilocks zone that could potentially support life. I think they found a couple of extreme planets where they've got planets that have like a 4-day orbit around their star, but because the star is dim enough, it could be potentially, able to support life very close to the star. But yeah, quantity of life per size of planet. Okay. Huh. Yeah. Yeah. They're talking to what I was referring to. They had to rethink their definition of the Goldilocks zone due to the star size and star intensity. Yeah, the thing, you know, well, it's like, for example, and this is kind of a strange way to put it, but it's kind of like fermenting wine or beer. If you have a small container that you're fermenting in, it goes a lot faster. It evolves a lot faster. The system recycles the process of evolution generation by generation a lot faster. So I would assume that would be very similar to the way that planetary systems, as long as they are capable of supporting life, it would evolve faster the smaller that it is. I kind of agree with that potential. Okay, we've got to do this. Transfer to high capacity. Before I forget. Yeah. Yep. That's exactly what it really is it's easier for something to continue to produce the next generation if that entity has a modification, or it's got a genetic advantage over the others of its species. So, maybe it's a little stronger, maybe it's a little prettier, or, more effective in the way that it has found out how to survive. That's a big deal, you know. Yep. You know, that was what I was always told, because I've always liked wine a lot, is if you find a good wine in a regular bottle and it seems that it's gone just past its prime for drinkability, what you do is you go try to find a, you know, instead of it being a 750 milliliter bottle, you try to find a Magnum. You try to find a 1.5, because it will have aged a little slower. Okay. Should I give it a minute or two, or should I just bounce over to the next system? No, Magnum, not magnesium. A Magnum bottle is a one, you know, instead of being a 750 milliliter wine bottle, which is the normal size, a Magnum is a 1.5 liter. So, you know, it's twice the size, but what happens in that is the wine takes longer to get to its peak. So, like say, if it's a large planet, it'll take a lot longer than a small planet would. That's what I'm getting at. I'm agreeing with you, what you're saying. I'm using wino physics. I probably should be thinking about going to bed here pretty soon. At some point. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. If a individual of a species has a mutation that allows it to be more effective at living, it's going to be easier to pass that on to the next generation. And if it's a small, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yep. You know, I kind of, in the back of my mind, I don't necessarily have a problem believing that part of the potential exists that the ancient cultures were exposed to UFOs or something along that line, visitors, because it's really strange when you have, you know, similar type things noted in art or jewelry or monuments that are, you know, on the other side of the world are very similar. I find that intriguing, you know, that potentially we had ancient visitors that the you know that could have yeah 58 nanites. Um, no, not necessarily. I don't know. You know, it's you know, stuff that was noted in like the ancient Egyptian stuff and the South American stuff, and the way, you know, they made like little figurines, and you know, they potentially considered these beings, if they were, if it did in fact like happen like that they considered those people or those beings to be gods, because they, you know, were doing things that, you know, the simple people from on the earth had no idea, you know, what they were doing, you know. Complete and total magic, you know. Yeah. Yep. You know, what really frustrates me in a lot of this stuff is the loss of the Library of Alexandria after it burned. There's a lot of scholars that say, just from the little scraps that they were able to you know, to save, they figured that our society would be advanced another 1,000 years if the Library of Alexandria had not burned. Nope. It would be another nope. Okay, let's go back. does this guy want? I don't have anything. I want to sell, and you don't have anything that I want. Yeah, there's all kinds of odds and ends and speculation and theories about a lot of things that, you know, some of it's just complete fantasy, but there's also some of it that is intriguing, very intriguing. You know, geez, they're still trying to figure out what happened in Tunguska in the Siberian wilderness that caused that all the trees to knock down in straight lines away from a central point. You know, they're assuming at this point that it was an asteroid that blew up in the atmosphere and caused a massive blast wave. But they don't know for sure. They can't prove it in any way, shape, or form. And there's some people that are saying that, oh no, it was done by aliens, or it was about the time that Nikolai Tesla was screwing around with his power stuff, his power generation down in Nevada, and they're saying that was like the focal point when the energy reconcentrated in the atmosphere on the other side of the planet. That supposedly is where a lot of people, you know, or some people think that could have caused, you know, Tesla's experiments could have caused that. And, you know, there's all kinds of weird explanations for Tunguska that are just completely out there. Just, I think there's like about 30 or 40 different theories that are, some of them are pretty damn hilarious, but very unique, but pretty hilarious. The problem is what would they be on? The only stable medium we actually have that is, you know, better than paper is cuneiform writing on tablets of clay. You know, the nice thing about that, yeah, okay, it's one page at a time on one piece of clay, and it's heavy, but, you know, unless they're dropped, they're not going to lose their readability, or if, you know, if they're actually damaged. And the thing about cuneiform writing on clay tablets is, if, unlike Alexandria, if they're exposed to fire, they just turn into ceramic. So they're even more immune to damage at that point. So, yeah. Pretty darn cool. Did I go in this one? I don't remember. I may have. And after I check this place out, I am going to go to sleep. So I will be ending the stream here momentarily. I've got to get some sleep. not sleep at all last night. Nope. Yeah. Alrighty. That's about the time. So have yourself a good one there, Feely. Have a good day or night. Yep, yep. Yep, not sure when. Maybe tomorrow night. Not positive. Depends on if I get my truck fixed.